Good afternoon. And on this lovely Sunday afternoon, we have a podcast.
We do. We finally have a podcast.
And a serious one. A serious gaming one. Mm-hmm. If you listen to the last one that recently came out, we kind of had a mixed vibe going on with the regular show. But this one is the gaming podcast. So if you were to stick through that, you will stick through anything. Trust me, because that thing went off the fucking rails like you wouldn't believe. But if you want video games, we're back here. My name is Toka Lurker, and welcome to the Bad Inputs podcast. To my left is...
CJ Ferg. How you doing today?
I am exhausted.
Yesterday was quite a doozy for literally everybody.
We had, I think, 3 Let's Plays, and then live action, which included beating the shit out of each other because of Smash Brothers, and then more Smash Brothers today.
Smash Brothers every day.
Eesh.
And Smash Brothers was crazy this entire weekend. Everything's just been, it's been a lively ass weekend.
It's stupid. I don't like being busy. I didn't sign up for this shit. You're doing the show.
Well, you're in luck. If you don't like being busy, you were probably in luck for a 2-hour podcast now.
Fuck that.
Oh, this is gonna be a long ass podcast with this info, dude.
Not if I can help
They've
it.
already seen the title. They know what's coming up.
Oh yeah, no, not if I can help it.
Why? We're gonna try. How the hell are we gonna condense this?
I got my good friend Wikipedia with the E3 2016 conference in order. Look at that. Look at that abstractness. It's like a goddamn report from a college student.
It's Cliff Notes, the E3 version.
all it has is the game titles, but trust me, I do have my notable moments, like Ubisoft's 2-hour podcast, which they call the conference. But without further ado, let's get to it. E3 2016 recap, cap.
All right. You guys saw the faces he had to make for that sound.
It's a difficult noise.
You looked like one of those ads I see for Extreme Tube. Just
God.
I was just like, oh, dude, that shit is porn ads are the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Speaking of porn, that was at E3.
Porn was at VR porn?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
What's up, Trihex and Xavier Woods?
Oh, god damn it. You know, look, I love those guys. I don't know much about Xavier Woods, but he seems like a cool guy. But my god, man, they love their anime boobies.
And they want everyone to know it as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, what's the first thing on the list? We're going to go, I guess we can go with EA's not E3 sort of E3 conference.
Yeah, don't expect them to be back either because they had an amazing turnout according to the numbers, and everyone was well behaved. Enough space for everyone to enjoy the games we were showing off, and for Pele to do some soccer tricks. Sorry,
no, I'm waiting for it.
I just saw it in my head. I just imagined it in my head. He's like, "Oh, hey, hola."
One of the soccer coaches did come out, and he looked fucking pissed because I guess he wasn't like mentioned in whatever presentation. He's like, "I challenge you to a soccer off."
He's like, "Well, we'll see about that, my friends. Next year at E3 2017.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So Square Enix, we're going to go back. We're going to go like way back before the conference even started. They're like, yo, we got a game called Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which looks pretty cool. I like it. And also Deus Ex Go,
Mobile.
Yeah. And then we get to the real thing. We woke up June 12th, Sunday morning. We're like, events happen. We're going to ignore those events because it's all about the video games on that day. And EA Games, they came out. They're like, shut your asses up, sit down, open your mouths, and engorge this. And we saw a beautiful trailer for Titanfall Dose.
Yeah, we did. Titanfall 2 looked amazing. It had a single-player campaign. It had a co-op campaign. It seems to have some new story involved as well. The story mode seems to kind of be like man loves robot sort of thing, or robot loves man in some one way or another. It was very well done. EA's conference overall there was a lot of hype moments for sure. Titanfall being probably the best one to start off with for sure.
You hear the robot? The robot called out to the guy, PT. He caught him. PT 2018. Shh. I love the fact that there is a campaign mode, and then we're at the reverse trajectory that Call of Duty went. They're like, everyone's kind of sick of story modes. We just take this out right now, and apparently we should. But Titanfall, when they dropped their almost console launch game, there was no campaign, only just multiplayer, which everyone enjoyed. but it just died out because of who knows what else came out around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted to show you that the game is here. They listened to what little fixes they should make to it, and now we got a gigantic story with more freaking grappling hooks.
Grappling hooks are the fucking wave of the future.
Hashtag grappling hooks for 2016.
Grappling hooks for life.
And talking robot buddy. Let's put it in that.
Yep, the Iron Giant too. Except you kick more ass and you're not a little child.
But it is interesting because I think this team is also working on a Star Wars game.
I guess it's the same one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Team Respawn.
Oh, Respawn's got their work cut out for them.
Very busy.
Unfortunately, Titanfall 2 also looks like, for another game that was announced, Titanfall 2 might either win out or might drown under Battlefield 1, which literally they're coming out at the same time.
Yeah, and they're completely fine with that, too.
Well, I don't understand. One of them's going to die, dude. One of them's going to die.
I think I'm with the CEO. I think I'm with his stance on that there's two different audiences.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, he said in a very elegant way, we're going to stomp Call of Duty out of the first-person shooter market by having two different genre games at the same time. I think they're just trying to monopolize it. Fuck it. Sci-fi, World War One, take it over. I think another little game is coming out around that time as well. Fucking The Last Guardian. Mm-hmm. Who's going to play Call of Duty when that stuff's out?
I'm not sure. Maybe the Call of Duty loyal fan base. But even according to the numbers, it doesn't even seem like they're not even for it. And what's funny is you mentioned everyone was kind of getting sick of the single player stuff with shooters. Mm-hmm. It seems like that's actually now coming back. It's like cyclical. Yeah. Because now like Call of Duty's campaigns have been pretty much really bad. Like they're either really boring. Like I think the one with Kevin Spacey, what was it, Advanced Warfare?
Yeah.
I think that one was okay, but I think I heard the plot was pretty predictable.
Only because of the dreamboat Kevin Spacey himself.
Hey man.
Hey, he looks like if Mr. Magoo was attractive.
the guy who wants hamburgers every day just grew some hair. He didn't have such like a big ass bulbousy nose, and he's just like, oh, I wanted to be an actor. I stopped eating cheeseburgers long ago.
I think Magoo himself, because he always had the droopy like cheeks. I didn't know he was blind. I thought he was just like...
He's blind? I didn't know he's blind?
Mr. Magoo?
He's blind?
Yeah. That's why his eyes are closed. I thought he was Asian. He's just blind.
Oh, well.
Because he was drawn like that, folks. Yeah, he had like little eyes, droopy cheeks.
I never knew that. I never watched enough of Mr. Magoo to even know he was blind, but...
Yeah, and the Leslie Nielsen movie, too.
So was Brock... blind?
Who? Bork Lesnar?
No, Bork. I'm Brock Lesnar. No, Brock from Pokemon.
No, he's just Filipino.
I don't understand.
No, Mr. Magoo is just an old blind coot.
But they both have whatever. Cartoon rules, whatever, man.
I think the next game that we have is Mass Effect Andromeda.
Ooh. What was your first impressions of that?
Worried.
Yep. Everybody's a little bit worried. Not a lot of gameplay.
I was concerned. I was amazed by how it looked, only because I don't think I've seen a space game in a while, so maybe that's the reason. Mm-hmm. They had their reasons for the female being the first of the two protagonists shown.
Mm-hmm. Which is smart.
I saw a big monster.
Yep.
I just assumed it's going to be the same thing, but a little better. So I don't care.
It looked from, but he was on a dune buggy, and that's the thing. Is it looked like, to me, that was a sign that it could be open world. I don't know. Maybe you could get some type of, that might just be the thing you have now. It's like semi open world where it's like, well, now we're just going to give you a dune buggy, and you're not exactly on rails, but you're sort of on rails. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It might be a little bit more, but hopefully it'd be open world. I'd personally playing. I've only played 2 Mass Effect games. I played 2 and 3. I'd personally kind of be over if it was the same exact thing, just slightly better, because it still had a lot of like pacing issues.
But what could stuff? What could they do?
I feel like open world. I don't know. It seems like everyone's kind of going on the open world bandwagon. We can get into that a little bit later. But
it hurt my soul. I'm too old for that.
It's too much time. But Mass Effect was already a time investment, and it wasn't even open world. Strictly because the walking. They need to cut that shit out, dude. Walking around to the Citadel took forever, and there was some stuff you had to do to get all like 100% or whatever you wanted.
I hope they condensed the Citadel and the quests and combat. That was fine. Mm-hmm. That was completely cool with me. I think that's the only reasons I really delved into the games, because of the 2 picking up the recruits for the mission you needed and watching them all die, and then 3 just how they improved the combat system. by a little bit.
Yeah, they made it much smoother. Mass Effect 2 seemed a little bit clunkier, and then I think you told me you played 1, and you said it was also really, really clunky.
Yeah. Oh boy, Mass Effect 1. That was an MMO.
Oh God, really?
It was akin to Star Wars. I had to move my head to remember the name. Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes.
Just like that, but less of that. Click the button once and they do the continuous action like in RPGs, but more skill. It was just slower, and the elevators took fucking forever. You know what didn't take forever? Us not talking about this game anymore. But they showed Faye. I think they brought out maybe from a smaller studio, in-house studio, something like that.
EA Originals, right, as part of their indie program, I guess. Same kind of the ones.
Is that what they're going with?
Unraveled.
Is that what they're calling?
That is what they called it. EA Originals.
Is that going to be their appropriate name for slavery? As like Microsoft? Kidding, no. Yeah, it looks.
Make Journey 2, slave. Make people cry as I make you cry.
Go get out of my house.
No, not until it's done. We must have cute, adorable animals.
Speaking of cute and adorable animals, Faye, if I had to explain Faye, it's reminiscent of Ori and the Blind Forest.
A little bit.
And something I would tell to my youngin if I had one, kind of like a scary bedtime story, but not too scary. It's cartoonish, but at the same time, you can tell it's an engine. I'm choking on my throat. It's an engine that's worked on by a really big studio because it's run smoothly and it's just trying to tell a story rather than be a giant platformer.
I know E3 is heavy, but don't die on it.
I don't know whose water this is I'm taking.
Oh, yeah, just go for it. It does seem to kind of have. It has some platformer aspects for sure. It also has. It's not open world, but it seems. I don't know. It could be a little bit like Banjo-Kazooie, where it's like here's a little area of the forest that you get to explore, and then you have to find whatever upgrades you need. And that was kind of what their system was like you can learn the language of other animals around you and have them help you, which they might be enemies at the start, and then you beat them and talk to them, and then they become your friend and maybe propel you into the next area, which it has a very Banjo-Kazooie feel, where it's like, here, if you explore everywhere in this area, you get a bunch of collectibles, and you get these moves that you'll need for the next level, and then to get the moves that you'll need for the level after that, you get moves based on the previous moves you used, and so on and so forth.
Oh, okay. So it's an adventure game.
A little bit, yeah.
And it's pretty much a way for them to show off, like Colin said, their EA Originals program, which they're using to fund young go-hards and all their dreams, and hopefully they do really well. Because back then, it was a bitch to even get your game into the Xbox marketplace if you're doing indie stuff. So it's really great to see EA lending a great hand.
Absolutely. Even if they make them slaves.
Y'all ready for this? We got FIFA. We have Madden. What?
All right, sorry.
Yep.
That's now going to be a very, very subdued.
That's about it.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
much else to say about that. You got two great sports games coming out in FIFA 17 and Madden 17. And I think FIFA has a career mode for the first time.
Which
it seems like
okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
If you're a fan of it, yeah. And then Madden 17, I think they're doing something to change the dynamic of the Madden series.
Making it esports now. We esports now at Madden.
Even more esports than it was before, which is dudes going to a local Best Buy and then playing Madden against each other, and then going to New York to win $20,000.
They go to a local sports bar, and there's just like the really old, dusty first gen Xbox 360 just sitting there, and they're like, "You practice on Madden 08 because Madden 08 had the tightest controls. If you play Madden 08, you'll learn how to play Madden 16, bro."
God, if you could just tighten the controls on it a little bit. I use my 360 remote on my Xbox One because classic, son.
On the Elite controller, I have the normal control stick on the right control stick, but the padded control stick on the left control stick. It adds for more dexterity and control, in my opinion.
I am elite. The fact that just jump away from that, the Elite controller for whatever they're doing for Microsoft was like the Gears of War remote.
I thought they were just doing customizable controllers. I don't think I've seen the Gears of War one.
Yeah, I think there's a customizable like Gears of War remote.
Does it have like the big skull on it and stuff?
Possibly. They're gonna push customizable Xbox remotes. They're gonna push from $120 to $200. Easy.
You think that's gonna be the going rate?
Galvo said that's how much it is for him. He wanted that remote. He's like, too much equipment.
No.
Yeah, that's halfway to buying an Xbox.
Why wouldn't you just do that?
Yeah, you might as well just buy an Xbox.
Just save up or wait for 6 months and a Wii U will be $150.
Total luxury item. That's fine.
Yeah, that's absolutely if you have the money for it.
So was it the same day or the next day that was it for EA? Good conference. They let everyone out to recess to play all their games so that everyone have an amazing time.
Oh wait, what about Star
Wars?
Coming.
Yeah.
So it was like it's encouraging, but at the same time disappointing because it's like, all right, we have all these great developers backing it. We have the person who basically helped with the entire fucking Uncharted series on this shit.
Amy.
Like we're good. And they showed a small just snippet of like the tiniest gameplay you'll ever get, but this is more a shout out to the developers. So it was slightly disappointing, but it's cool to see so many studios getting their chance to make different Star Wars games. And it's just like EA has overtaken Star Wars and like completely from LucasArts. Now they're trying to literally immerse everybody as much as they can in Star Wars.
This is what they wanted. You, John, Joe, Steve, Martell, Truan, all you people. I wonder when we're going to get a new Star Wars Battlefront game. I really want one. Okay, well, it's not going to happen without them making a shit ton of money off of it. So all this crap has to happen. You're wondering why mobile games being made, why Amy Hennig's project probably got delayed, probably for this reason, so it can align with the movies because they found out they're going to get the rights to it. Back when she started on it in fucking 2012.
Jesus Christ. It's been a long time, man.
That's when she left. That's when everyone thought Uncharted 3 was going to suck ass.
She wasn't on it. She wasn't lead. Ooh. Well, they were wrong about that.
Yep. And then we saw that new game she's working on, like, gets 5 seconds. This is why I want to skip it. It's heartbreaking.
It is a little bit.
We virtually went from different city to city just to see what each different studio is working on. We're getting Battlefront 2 next year. Mm-hmm. Some good old DLC.
Mm-hmm. More stuff about Galaxy of Heroes
and more Star Wars games. You're going to get at least 4 Star Wars games in the next 2 years,
and they could all literally be completely different from one another.
Yes, sir.
Also, were you possessed by the ghost of Bobcat Goldthwait, who isn't dead?
Who? The gamers?
No, you.
That was the gamers.
That was the gamers.
Yes.
That was very reminiscent of Bobcat Goldthwait. I could. I don't like EA's performance.
He's got me.
I don't know. Do you know what I just got reminded of? Charlie Day.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
yeah.
It's like Bobcat Goldthwait and Charlie Day, and like that's his son because he's got that same kind of like he can have that. Well, I mean when he starts yelling, he's like ah.
Yeah, Charlie's like the cocaine child of Bobcat and Jack Black.
He's a funny motherfucker, that guy though, Charlie Day. So yeah, what are we on, the Bethesda conference?
Yep.
Oh, and Bethesda, I think
7:00.
It was very well. I mean, it wasn't as good as last year's because they dropped. Well, I don't think anything was going to be as close as last year's because they just day zero dropped Fallout 4 coming out in 6 months with Fallout Shelter. We talked about that. They nailed that conference. Yeah. Probably just solid more than everybody. This was good.
So
ran on a little bit long though.
What was your favorite part of the conference?
Of this conference?
No, Bethesda.
Oh, dude, just honestly, Fallout 4 coming out last year was like I just said. That was nuts. That just was enough where it was like, all right.
I can't be anything this year?
No, you said I asked this year. You said that last year.
Oh, no. So what's your favorite part of the conference?
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said last year.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, personally for me, probably Dishonored. Because I haven't played. I still need to play more Fallout. So I can't be. The DLC looks awesome.
Yeah.
But I can't be that excited because I haven't played it yet. So Dishonored. Played a shit ton of Dishonored 1. Down for Dishonored 2. That was where it ran long, though. So, hopefully the gameplay isn't as much of a slog as they made it look like, at least in that.
It was unfortunate it ran that long.
It was bad.
A common comparison I see is BioShock. Everyone's saying Dishonored 2 looked very BioShock-y.
It really does.
Which is good. At the same time, trying to be it's fine. Just walk your own path, young Padawan.
It is very... Because you got a weapon in your right hand. It's not a gun, it's a sword. Mm-hmm. And then in your left hand, you can do all the crazy powers.
Exactly.
And it's like a desolate city, but it's still intact. And then it's, the troops are obviously not brainwashed, but made to believe some false accusation has occurred, and so now it's like, you're on the run sort of thing. Like it's literally like almost what BioShock Infinite was in the plot. It's like you're a false prophet. You're out in some fucking crazy fucked up city where there's a bunch of soldiers who want to kill you.
Exactly.
Very, very reminiscent. What was your favorite part?
It's hard to choose. I did not play Dishonored 1, so I was kind of just put off by how long Dishonored 2 was. But it looked awesome in the beginning. Prey 2 looks amazingly different from the first game. Oh, fuck. I'm going to have to say possibly... I'm going to go with Prey 2.
You going to go with Prey?
It's tied between that and the VR for Doom.
Ooh.
I'm interested in that. Bethesda, I think they said they're putting their foot into the costume, a.k.a. the GIMP suit that is the VR that we're heading into. You're going to put your whole body into it. You're not going to be able to escape the world, and someone's going to be spanking your ass from the back. And that's completely fine. I'm ready for that.
The sexual-ass Doom guy. My body is ready.
Shoot! My face!
I mean, ow. Oh, that's going to be... Yeah, it's interesting. And yeah, you know what? Prey is pretty cool because it's cool to see. So it is Prey 2, but it's like a reboot of Prey.
Yeah.
So it's, in a way, it's a new IP. It's not, but it is. And so it's really cool to see something new come out of Bethesda. And Bethesda's just, I guess we don't have to go over this too long. We got, like, Skyrim HD came out. There's going to be different changes to Elder Scrolls Online. There's going to be a card game. So they're doing a bunch of stuff that's different with their normal IPs. And now it's like, all right, we're going to bring back more shit. They've already brought back Doom and Quake.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Quake Heroes. What is it?
Yep.
Yeah, Quake Champions.
It might be a hero shooter like Overwatch.
Yeah, that's going to be probably a hero weird arena shooter or something like that.
I can't argue with that. It's probably going to be pretty fun, I hope.
I hope so. Because if it's not, a lot of fans were expecting it to be just like a reboot of Quake also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they were calling for? Or they're like, if they do a reboot of Quake, this shit's going to be a disaster?
Oh, no. Well, who knows how this will end up. Probably just like Quake 3.
Uh-oh. I'm guessing did Quake 3 not do well?
Was that the one on the Xbox 360?
Yes.
All right, so the next conference...
Let's see what we got. What was it? Oh no, we had Xbox right next, right?
Oh yeah, we got the night off. We got 12 hours to get all the brain bile back in our heads from the explosion that we got. That was the shit.
It was unbelievable. Xbox's conference was probably. When it happened, we thought first for sure we're like PlayStation's gonna have a hard time coming back.
I disagree.
You ripped your paper in half.
False. You can follow us at Bad Inputs on Instagram to see that photo. That shit sucked.
Yeah, they dropped some information that everyone kind of was like, oh, okay, they just kind of changed the game here.
So let's also just ask you straight up. Mm-hmm. Do you think Microsoft won? And what do you think was their trap card? Because they had a lot on this conference.
They really did.
A lot of things to show. But a lot of things they showed were not console exclusive.
That's true. That's the one thing. Yeah, so I don't have that down, so you probably can enlighten us on that, because I'm not sure what's console. I mean, I know some things on here, like Battlefield and Minecraft. And same thing, like The Division. I got that. But
I think the biggest game people thought would have helped push it was Dead Rising 4. That's a 1-year exclusive.
That's awesome. So they're going to get a year of that game all by themselves, and that game is going to have Frank West back, which has got everybody excited, and it looks like it's fun again rather than taking that serious tone. Now it's like, oh, remember when you could just fuck around and kill zombies? You could do that again with the favorite character.
Yeah.
So Capcom definitely did a good thing there.
Yeah. I think everyone. I thought myself it was going to be Xbox exclusive. That was my first of the conference. I was like, shit.
Ooh,
Dead Rising 4. My worries disappeared with Scalebound.
It looked okay.
You want to talk about hypocrites. Hideki, you motherfucker. Talk about Inafune. Yeah, both y'all get issues. That's besides the point.
You guys, they had it all. They had it all.
Both y'all motherfuckers have issues right now.
They're businessmen, Toki.
But I digress. How did you feel about Xbox conference?
I honestly think if you want to put Xbox in first place, the thing for me that personally killed it was it's multiplayer. I think they at least if you don't win the games battle, you don't win the exclusives battle, you definitely won the bringing the community together on one system sort of thing. So they basically combined Windows 10, just basically PC and Xbox together. They're going to share the same interface at one point.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be all these cross-play games that are going to be able to happen. Like they're giving us an expansive library where we're going to be able to play with not just people on the Xbox, but the same people we play with on like on a laptop, or play with them on a desktop, or we can bring a game on the go, bring it on the go to your laptop or anything you bring it on Windows 10, and now you can play your Xbox Xbox One games on your computer, and that's huge, man. That's going to get a lot of people buying just for the convenience.
Yeah, I was about to say that's their way of keeping up with the portable market. People can play on their Windows phones, or they can play on the laptop where they go somewhere else. They don't need a PSP or a Nintendo 3DS. This is your mobile gaming device. Everybody got a laptop or a tablet.
Pretty true.
I wish they said that at the comments. Now we know everybody got a child device that they play games on, so everything will be in the cloud.
Just behind him on the big TV screen, everybody got a laptop.
Everybody play Earthing 2016.
Oh my lord! That would be. I want that to be the next code name for like the next console. It's code name Earthing. Oh, that'd be great. How about yourself?
The notable games.
Yeah. Well, what was your the trap card, as you said?
I think Halo 2.
Halo 2, back again.
Yeah, he has like a dual wielding weapons. Halo 2, 2000 fucking. All right, so Halo Wars 2 inside looks sick as hell. From the makers of Limbo, and then Sea of Thieves. That's just I think a lot of people are viewing that from a Let's Play aspect. They're like, that's just great Let's Play content.
Absolutely.
I have issues with Recore. That's all I'm gonna say.
You really think Recore is gonna be? You think it's gonna be a dud?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested in that game, but I feel like I'm fairly new to this industry, and you're more of the veteran. I feel like you've gotten some.
Recore is just I've seen it. I feel like I've seen it before.
Where have you seen it?
It's just your robot buddies. This is the year of the robot buddies for some fucking reason.
That's true.
And then nothing really too spectacular about the puzzles. Do I want to play that kind of adventure game if Yooka-Laylee might be coming on the same year?
Ooh, you got a point there. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely playing Yooka-Laylee over Recore. If that's the case, they're coming out. What's the release? Did they put a release date for Recore?
Probably not. He has to come out with My Number 9 Part 2 first.
Fuck my goddamn! That's got to be a whole other goddamn podcast.
Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm bitter about that and where he's coming from. Maybe I just don't have too much trust in what this game could be.
Or Inafune.
Yeah.
Inafune has disappointed us all.
But last year it looked pretty cool.
It did. It was
I like the concept of it.
It was one of the premier games that people like. I was hyped for probably Recore and Scalebound at one point, and it's funny that both. I don't know. I feel like Recore could still be good, but definitely after Scalebound, yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see.
Oh boy, he said he wanted that big to be game. I'm not changing that sentence up. You gotta figure it out.
Well, you wanted big to be game.
He said he wanted that game to be big. The creator of Scalebound.
I was like, yeah.
And he didn't really. I don't know. He didn't really win me over. He's like, you saw how big that dragon was? You saw how big the enemy was? Just imagine how big the world is. I don't want gigantic worlds. Because you know what's in worlds? Fucking trees and water. You gotta fill the plot holes. You gotta fill it with just shit.
You gotta make it dense.
So there's no use to use all that space and make everyone work so much just to create extra trees. It's as much detail that a dragon is just gonna destroy. Or someone might, I don't know.
And plus, Platinum Games hasn't really needed to rely on having gigantic ass worlds. At least from Sea of Devils May Cry, and I just got done with Bayonetta. It's very it's very on a track. Like it's just here you go, here's where you go. There's a little bit of exploring, like maybe you can find some treasures and maybe a weapon here and there. But like other than that, it's pretty just straightforward. Just hit the bad guys. Just go ahead, hit the bad guys. Go ahead. Holy shit! Ridiculous boss battle, bad guys. Like. Just add the ridiculousness, not in the size of the game. Make it just in the gameplay and how dense it can be, rather than having to make some It almost feels like they're force feeding the character too, because of that, like that.
It's Dante.
Well, it's that headphone.
That's Dante.
Is that who it's supposed to emulate?
No, well, that's fucking Dante.
Oh, that sucks.
That is a silver hair, prick, athletic.
Oh shit.
That's fucking.
True.
That's fucking Chris That's Dante's.
Chris Humphries. Yeah, that's.
They just can't get away from making that. They did with the Wonderful 101. I thought that was awesome. How you control a bunch of little enemies and be superheroes and whatnot.
Like a whole group of them.
Just going back to the archetypes they're good at making.
True.
Bayonetta was a female Dante.
This is very true, but she had her own kind of flair to her. Like if you talk to, I would imagine if you talk to people who are big Platinum Games fans, they would just say, like, they're both just different characters who we love equally because of like one's kind of a smartass who, well, they're both in a way kind of. Oh, I guess they are both kind of a smartass, aren't they? With guns,
dual wielding guns,
really fast, and they kill big
powers.
things. All right, so there's not really a difference.
Short hair. They come back as a different person in one of the series. It's not really them.
All right. Anyway, I love how just slowly talked myself down from like, oh wait a minute, my statement's completely false.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I guess, but then it becomes a tired archetype, as you said.
Just reskin it.
Fucking god damn it!
You know what the old saying is?
Ninja bread man.
Put some tits on it. So I guess we'll show some love to our PC gaming friends. Yo, you know what we say about PC gaming?
What do we say about PC gaming, y'all?
Keyboards.
All praise, hail Gavin the Fourth, or the Third Reich.
Fucking nerds. All right, so the PC gaming show, we're not too familiar with it. Warren Spector gave a short lesson to appreciate keyboarding and mouse control schemes in many PC games. They showed, finally, after that lecture, expansions for Ark, Survival Evolved, Killing Floor 2.
Looks cool.
Super Hot, Lawbreakers, game from Cliffy B. Overland, Turing Test, Dual Universe, Oxygen Not Included, Warhammer 40,000, Dawn of War 3.
Oxygen Not Included. I remember, I forgot who said that, but somebody literally just said, it's Don't Starve, but with air.
Oh, yeah. It's Don't Starve, but with air.
Was that you who said that?
No. I think it was some Twitter person.
It really was Don't Starve, but with air. The Ark expansion looks really cool.
Can't wait. That game's badass.
It looks awesome, and now it's coming to Xbox, so that's going to be. And look, we just talked about crossplay, so that's PC and Xbox One benefited from both shows.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
I guess before we move on too much, Scorpio.
Oh yeah,
that's why I tore my paper.
Yep. That was right at the end of the conference, too. You're just like, oh, everything's hunky-dory. Welp, I'm fucking out.
I had a butterfly effect moment. Shit got weird, man.
Wait,
why? Fucked up in my head, man. Everything froze. And when the developers, they had a beautiful vignette of black background, all these people from different random in-house studios for Xbox just talking about innovation and what they can do with something more powerful. And then I got uppercut. I was like, wait a minute. Where's the VR? Wait, what the fuck is this? What's going on? So I got up slowly, and I ripped my paper in half that I was taking notes on. And I was like, this is a fucking console. Scorpio's a goddamn console with VR included. Because before that, they talked about unveiling a new Xbox One S, which is, it's just a cheaper Xbox One.
Yep. And with more room. It has 2 terabytes on it.
It's just following the same patterns that Sony was doing for the PS4. But the implications are huge. We're getting a fat, big booty daddy of a console next winter.
It's going to be powerful as all hell, dude.
A 4K video support that is scheduled for winter.
And there's 840,845 teraflops.
And that's yeah, right? That sounds like a fake measurement.
It does to me. I don't know. What is it? I forgot how many teraflops. It was like 16 or something like that. Is that what it was? Ooh.
What we say teraflops? Oh, I like 1 teraflop is fast enough for the calculator to know your answer before you put it in. Well, there you go, folks. That's for that. How do you feel about Project Scorpio?
Ooh.
They should just keep the name Scorpio for it. Please.
Dude, Xbox Scorpio just sounds so nice.
Right?
That sounds like a great name. I don't know. It depends. It depends. So I want to say that it's gigantic, and it's not that it isn't, but it just depends. It depends on how VR goes in the next couple of years. Like it's we have to see what PSVR is going to look like. We want to see what more Oculus Rift games are going to look like more even HTC Vive if you want to throw that guy in there.
Vibe with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I almost from every time I see a VR game, I'm like, it's almost.
It's getting there.
It's almost, but you just have a phone on your face.
I feel like the biggest advancement so far for VR is not hearing too much about motion sickness
For the Oculus Rift?
I think for a lot of VR so far.
That's good. That's the first step, man.
Thank God. That was my first worry.
Was motion sickness?
Yeah.
I'm just worried about how fast it's going to be. Like, so I think during the Bethesda conference, we actually forgot to mention that they were talking about other VR games. They were saying that, you said Doom. You said Doom, and then I think they said Fallout 4 also for VR. I might just be a skeptic. I could be completely wrong, and I will absolutely like eat my foot if I'm wrong about this. I don't think that shit's gonna be ready. I don't think that shit's gonna be ready in a year. I don't think that they're gonna be able to put. Maybe because the technology is that far ahead, but from what I heard with how VR works, with how many frames you need for that for both eyes and like the frame rate for that and like the all that, I just to imagine Fallout 4 the whole game being on VR, that seems like some kind of stretch to me. But I could just be a fucking doubter. I don't know, man.
It can make a child piss their pants. The scale of that game put into a VR headset.
Oh, you'd never take it off, man.
Another worry is that a VR game would have to be made from the ground up to be a VR game. Mm-hmm. So unless they've been working on this, which I can easily imagine, since Bethesda is straight up number one when it comes to in-house studios for Microsoft, it could have been like, hey, here's this, take this kit, start working on it. If you make something happen, make it happen.
Yeah,
so if they can do that, is Silent Hills... Oh my God, Silent Hills. Mm-hmm. Resident Evil 7, that's coming out both platforms, right?
Yeah, VR and console, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For Microsoft and Sony?
I think so. I believe so.
Oh, that's interesting to see. We'll see also. I'm not truly believing in it, but goddamn, I'm excited.
It is exciting.
To play Fallout 4 again, but this time in VR.
Holy crap.
Yeesh.
That would be amazing. I just don't know. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical of just VR in general because we still haven't seen enough. Everything just seems mostly like a tech demo.
Yeah.
Mostly. But then they announced, what was it? Oh, we're going to get to that later, actually.
So we want to go to Ubisoft?
The Forever Conference with like 2 games. Yeah, let's do it.
Ubisoft hosted a press conference on June 13th at 1 p.m. and ended at fucking 3:10. Yeesh.
Fucking forever.
The worst day off of work I ever had. Horrible.
Oh, it was just everyone literally got bored. We watched the live stream, Kind of Funny, and they were just like right at the end, were just had their faces on their fucking hands and their elbows propped up on the table, just like, dude, end it.
It looks like they sat through a whole like lecture for statistics.
Oh, fuck that shit. It was like one of the 3-hour classes because you didn't register early enough for school. So it's like at fucking 6 o'clock, you're taking calculus from 6 to 9.
Yeah, you got a 10-minute break between it.
Fuck that shit.
Oh, horrible.
Oh, that sounds terrible. That's the Ubisoft conference.
That's all of it. That's everything.
Yep, we don't even discuss the goddamn games because it's too long. It's not worth mentioning.
All right. So I want everyone to close their eyes.
Yep.
Ow, my arms.
I'm imagining.
Lights came down. Tom Clancy's apparition showed up on the stage.
I'm Tom Clancy.
He said, I enjoy you guys playing my game so much. And then he disappeared. The Division. We're going to show you phase 3 of 5 of the DLC. And yeah, June 28th for Xbox One and August 2nd for PS4.
I imagined this person for some reason, Tom Clancy. I know Tom Clancy looks nothing like this. For some reason, I imagine him the size of Bork. Just with like a really tiny ass voice, and he just comes up and he's just like,
I bring you the teaser for the 4th phase of 5 with the Division. Survival.
And just clapping is like, the fuck?
To be completely honest, the DLC looked the exact same as the game itself.
Yep.
So be excited, folks.
Yay.
And you should be excited because Square Enix told me the same thing in 2013. And I'm still excited. So be prepared when developers tell you that because it means broken promises are coming.
Do you like The Division? Do you like inclement weather? Oh, well, we have the game for you. DLC Survival.
Coming soon.
That's literally all it was. It was
Be
just
excited.
weather fit. The fuck? The other one's underground, and it's like, remember the Dark Zone or whatever the fuck it is? Remember how you're underground? Well, go more underground.
Then Dark Zone!
Oh, boy. Look, man, The Division it's not a bad game, but it's just, look.
It's not a good game. It's the game. Shit.
Is that what it's something that should have been more, and everyone's like, I mean, sometimes it's okay to watch.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely one of those games you need people to play it with to make it enjoyable.
Yeah, it's
Or
true.
else you end up in the dark zone by yourself, exposed.
I think that's partly why people are back on the single player bandwagon for games like that, where it's like, you know what? As much as we want to play with our friends, sometimes the multiplayer can get tiring or boring,
Yep.
and B, if I don't have time to play with my friends and I've got an hour to kill,
Yeah.
I don't want to go online and then obviously maybe either waste time or fucking rage quit. I want to just play a story for an hour. I want to play by myself.
Yeah. Or something like Overwatch. Don't worry, we're not going to fucking blowjob Overwatch. This is a quick reference. Like Overwatch, you can play by yourself easily.
That's
Because
very true.
It's easy just to jump in, jump out, because you don't really give a shit as much unless you're with your friends.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't. Unless the only time I'll ever get pissed is if just this is the only time I've ever gotten pissed at Overwatch. My team doesn't understand that you need to balance it, and then we lose like over and over. Like I'll be in that team for like 5 straight rounds, and just like, oh no, we got 3 Widowmakers and 1 Bastion at Torbjorn. You got to be either a healer or a tank.
They're like, nope. Going soldier 7-6.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I'm Reaper.
I'm Reaper. If anybody isn't else Reaper, I'm Reaper because Reaper is my favorite. Because if people do that, and then B, the time that happened to me recently, there's 5 Torbjorns on the payload.
Hell
They need to fix the freaking payload.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's some bullshit. They just need to fix the payload thing because people can set up their offense before you even come out of the door.
Yeah.
So you literally walk out and there's just like 5 or 6 goddamn turrets all shooting us at level 2 turrets. You're like, fuck you guys. You guys are assholes. Yes, anyway.
So back to Ubisoft, and we're not going to speak on this too much, For Honor. Think about what you saw last year, except
Worse.
the trailer was cool, but they just want to show off it again and tell everyone there that it's playable this time.
Looks boring.
And then,
Sorry.
And then, it's like a slower paced Dynasty Warriors. And then we saw Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
That looks pretty good. It looks like MGS5.
Oh yeah, except you got your friends to help you out.
That's awesome.
Help you out, as in reveal your position by accidentally shooting someone.
I put the controller down and I hit the trigger.
I loved how seamlessly it went from one person walking to the house, and then he walked out, picked up his friend the helicopter, jumped out to the motorcycle, switched out to another person. It's probably not going to be like this in the game, but who knows? Because this is an open world game. Ding, 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 ding. Trying to piss off Toka Lurker while you're doing it. All right.
Well, maybe they're fixing, because it sounds like what they're trying to fix is what all open world games have a problem. We talked about this. Is like pacing's hard to do in those games. It's either really long or it's not long enough. It feels like, and I feel like they're trying to do some type of combination where they might make the world big. That was like one of, like, if I had to change anything about Metal Gear 5. Was pacing. It took forever for the helicopter to get there. Then you had to get on the helicopter, and then the helicopter had to take off. Then you had to watch yourself go all the way up, and then there was a loading screen, and then you had to watch the helicopter go to his base. And it was so long. So I think if they do make it interchangeable, it's supposed to be like, bam, get in the helicopter, bam, you're on foot, bam, you're in a motorcycle, where it's just like constant action is like there's never any delay between what vehicles you're going or whatever method you're trying to do with your team because you split it up. If that's how it works, that'd be great.
I think that helps too, like what you just said for the missions. It does look like you seamlessly go into the next one.
Yeah, that's
for
awesome.
Wildlands, whatever.
Wild Dogs.
But Kojima, that's what he wants. You know what Kojima would say to you?
What?
You didn't wait long enough for the helicopters.
You need to think about what just happened. What are the complexities of the story?
What does this helicopter mean to the story? Of solids. I mean, excuse me, of liquid. I mean, Venom Snake. He fucking forgets what snake this is.
Oh, my Lord. I
David.
don't even know.
David, my name is Kiefer.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. All right, David, here's what's up. It's fucking Kiefer.
Shh.
You know what? Take out my lines. I want to do less work now that you just called me that.
And then we'll talk about probably my favorite game, South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Yes.
We're talking 2 or 3 different RPG systems in this game. One of the most comical storylines in the South Park franchise.
Absolutely.
And more vulgarity in my RPGs. Because God damn it, that's what I want.
It's great. It's great. That is a perfect game to just have fun with.
Mm-hmm. You even saw with how Trey and Matt were talking on stage. They damn near took over the show.
Absolutely.
At the E3 conference.
They're so just jubilant. But it's at the same time, it's like they're happy, but they give a shit.
Yeah.
Trust me, they care. Obviously, they put a lot of time and effort into this game. You can tell. But because of the story and because they're still the South Park writers, they also don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They named their goddamn title The Fractured Butthole.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding? And that's the best title. That's the best title.
That you can get away with.
Absolutely.
Put it on a box.
That's so great.
And I think they learned from their first time going through the dev cycle. Because Stick of Truth got delayed a couple times. And they keep coming back to E3 like, we promise you it's coming out this year. And this time I feel like they got the writing done, figure out when they get development done in time with their seasons, and got a video game out. And then learned it's not easy.
Fuck yeah, it's not easy. But they did it. But they did it quick, man. They, as you said, it seemed like they really learned from their mistakes extremely fast. They really put out a good-looking game when there's going to be new RPG mechanics from the last game. As you said, same old, just good, hilarious writing. Literally playing Stick of Truth felt like playing a South Park episode.
Yeah.
It was great. It was literally great. That was the best South Park game. The second best I ever played was that N64 first-person shooter one.
I saw that one in Blockbuster a lot. Never rented it though.
There was a lot of debauchery. I cheated the fuck out. That game's actually harder than you would imagine. I Game Shark the fuck out of that game, and I got all the weapons. And you can pee on a snowball and throw it at people.
You know what else you can pee on?
What?
In Watch Dogs 2, you can pee in your neighbor's backyard.
Yes.
Because it's about fuck the law.
I'm going to drink my Monster Energy drink, throw it on the ground, take a piss on this goddamn windshield.
Then take a selfie and say, fight the power.
We're at San Fran, motherfucker.
Fun fact, friends, did you know to take authority over, if you have a girlfriend out there and the father doesn't respect you, you take that girlfriend and you bang her on your parents' mailbox. It shows that you have dominance over the father.
And while you hack their lights as they blink up and down.
An American fact in the States. You bang them on the mailbox. So Watch Dogs 2. Same concept of Watch Dogs 1, except it makes a lot more sense for who's doing the wrongdoings, which are the good doings.
It makes a lot more sense.
And it reminds me of Infamous a little bit. How the first first and a half games felt before it got a little too serious. How it's not too big. It's a sandbox. You're gonna be either in the air, on the ground. You're gonna have a fast way to travel, and you have this companionship. For fuck's sake, I didn't play too much of Watch Dogs 1, but I didn't really see too. I think he's worried about his daughter.
It was like his nephew, and he was a loner. Like he had one guy who was his friend, and it was like some sleazeball in a white suit with he looked like he was going to a club in the 80s, and he's about to snort some coke. That's what he looked like. Yeah, dude. He was a fucking, but he also acted like that. Like he was the quintessential 80s. Oh, I'm the bad guy, but also the good guy. I'm snarky, but I help out when the good times. I'm also comedic relief because Aiden Pierce is a depressing motherfucker.
So the villain was the comedic relief,
but he was also your friend.
Oh no, okay. What do you like about Watch Dogs 2? I'm about to jump out this window.
Exactly what you mentioned at the start. It's just it makes more sense, and it wasn't this serious, depressing tone. The one thing I've talked about this, as much as Watch Dogs 2 looks like it's very, it says still the parkour elements. It was still playing Assassin's Creed in the future.
Yeah,
it still had the way how you expanded the map was very, very. Ubisoft did Far Cry as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. It's like here's some giant tower or a fortress or something. You have to make it was like a combination. It was like, here's some security guards. You hack the cameras to see where they all are so you can tag them and figure out a way to get through it without getting your ass busted. And then go to some tower, hack it, and then boom, now you can see more of the city. That's what it was. And it's like, look, it's a good idea, but it just looks so much like another game that I'm like, I want it to be its own game. From what I've heard, I don't know. I guess I didn't play enough of it. The driving mechanics were pretty good. It was fun to drive around, but the hacking did feel very empty. It felt like there wasn't enough to hack. It was like just like lights and doors, and like sometimes you could put up the little one. I can't remember
the
little
blockades.
barriers. Yeah, the blockades. And then you'd like make the cars crash. That's like it just didn't feel like a lot.
For a game that took a little while to come out, also maybe that killed the flair of it.
Maybe,
and even Watch Dogs 2. If the first one was like this, I probably wouldn't be too excited.
I'm not.
But the fact that this is a 360 from what the first one is, this looks like an entirely new IP.
It really does.
This could have been a ridiculous franchise of a bunch of 20-somethings running around and fucking about in San Francisco, painted on the Golden Gate Bridge, whatever message. It looks like date or something weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some message they put up. And trying to start a revolution. It didn't really look like that too much in the first one.
No, it was much more dark.
Like you said, and we just talked about it earlier in this podcast, they can't really get away from when it's not broken. Doing eagle-eyed, again, that's horrible. I can't find the words to say it, but you kind of hit the bull on the horns right there. You go somewhere as this mysterious character, you find out about who they are, you go to a certain point to expand the map, and they just aren't comfortable with possibly having a section closed off until you get to a certain progress point in the game. Which is what, to me, made Vice City awesome. And
like, you could go anywhere you wanted.
Almost, but then it was just cut off.
Oh, that's true. If you went into different places, like the cops would come after you or something like that.
Or like the bridge isn't done yet because of some maniac spilled ketchup and they got shot at the same time, or some stupid excuse like that.
But that makes more sense. And it's like, oh, you have to hack the radio tower. It's like, dude, you're in a city that everyone knows about. You could just have a fucking map.
Yeah. And so then it's kind of cool. You can go ahead and expand the map as much as you want, but at the same time, you're not really setting a pace for your game.
Not really.
Because people are going out of their way and going their own path instead of what you really wanted them to do. But
I don't know.
We'll see what Watch Dogs does.
I feel like it's feigned progress. Like it's just like, you're progressing, but you're really not. You're just getting more access to more shit so you can actually progress and get better.
So when you go there later in the game, you're supposed to be there, you'll just do it. And then there's nothing else to do because you're already there.
Whatever. Well, I hope it's good. I hope it's better. It looks like it's better. And the one thing that we can take from Watch Dogs 1 and 2, both games looked beautiful. And in the San Francisco setting, I think that's the second best part. Is now you have the writing's probably going to be a lot better and makes more sense. And it takes place in a city that literally everyone's stoked to have in a video game in an open world setting.
We got NBA players going to San Francisco to start tech businesses.
Kevin Durant.
One of the tech meccas of the world. So it's really an honor to have a place like that in this game.
Totally.
California.
Oh, man. So those are probably the best Ubisoft games. Do we want to go anything else? We still got some VR stuff to talk about, actually.
What do you mean the best?
Oh.
My friends.
How could I forget Eagle Flight?
Star Trek is back. But not in the way you'd expect. And that's right, Mika Burton. Your father and his friends went on stage, almost, to show off Star Trek VR Bridge Crew. Yes, sir. This game that was developed in 1998 is coming to your VR headset, so you too could sit with the Bridge Crew. Whew. Okay. So Flight, that was another VR game. Explain the game in 5 words or less.
Looks unfinished. 1 mission only.
For Flight?
That's 6. Oh, I meant Star Trek.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, do it again.
Oh, Eagle Flight. Let's see. Broken game, looks unfinished.
All right. For me, for Eagle Flight, unnecessary VR, stupid birds.
Yep. Yeah, dumb tech demo.
And then to almost, they talked about this Assassin's Creed movie. And then some 2 dudes on cocaine walk down the aisle. They're like, yeah, we made fucking Trials of Blood Dragon. Yeah, we got a game out fucking right now. We're going to call it Trials and Blood Dragon.
Oh, Lord.
It looks amazing, but the way it happened was unnecessary.
It was such a bad... Dude, they should have just chucked fucking Red Bulls at everybody and Mountain Dews and all that type of shit. Doritos.
Might as well smoke 2 joints on stage while they were at it.
Oh, man.
Just fucking pass it around to everyone.
Dude, if it was Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg presenting that instead, who would actually be smoking joints, I would appreciate it much better.
They're like, we present to you. They blow out a big ass O. the Ubisoft conference.
Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, we want smoke tricks for the next E3. Please do it. Oh, that would be great. That would win Best in Show, and that's not even a fucking video game.
We have to talk about the last game they showed at the end of this 2-hour nightmare.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, we do. Imagine living in a world where all you did was ride on a snowboard and skis with your friends, and then sometimes do other action sports, and then go home, and then do it again the next day. That is what we call steep. The fact that they showed steep as the last thing was a mistake. Not the fact that this was 2 hours. The fact that they showed steep as the last game. That was they put everyone to sleep with that.
It was very soothing, but it was my dad owns a Swiss bank account simulator.
You're right. This is a new IP.
It really is. I mean, it looks nice, and we talked about it.
Don't lie to that.
Look.
Why are you lying?
It looks nice.
I can't pee in the snow. This game is nothing to me.
But it's not right there. There's no. I mean, peeing in the snow is one thing, but it's got no depth. Mm-hmm. It just looks super bland. It just looks like here you can do one thing. As you said, you wake up in the morning and you do the same thing on a different mountain. Yeah. And maybe you can go visit town and buy more snowboard stuff so you can go back up the mountain.
And buy some top ramen or something like that to eat because it's cold.
Oh no, you get a steak dinner and you get lobster at market price because your dad owns a Swiss bank account. That's how you're able to fucking ski in the Alps with all your friends and just do it and be like, oh man, I'm tired from skiing in the Alps all day.
So I know you guys are thinking we're being kind of harsh, but get this. It's a very online-focused game, so you can play with your friends, once again, because Ubisoft's all about playing with your friends. And don't worry about getting bored. $60 goes a long way. There are 4 main activities available in the game, including skiing and snowboarding, which I just said, and wingsuit flying and fucking paragliding. That's right. You can watch a character glide down slowly down a damn hill. For $60.
Do you know what I would say?
Watch a fucking YouTube video. Oh, wait, excuse me. The game also has a trick system, which allows players to perform special techniques, such as spinning and grabbing while they are skiing or snowboarding.
Oh, dear God, man.
They just should have took the license for 1080 or some other snowboarding game and made that.
Absolutely.
They would have made bank off of that.
Make it exciting.
Oh, man.
Dude, you want to fucking be in a wingsuit? Play goddamn Just Cause 3 and go in your wingsuit, go parachute, and then shoot up a giant gas tower with a grappling hook.
Yeesh.
Don't play this game. Don't. Play any other snowboard game that's has more... It's either has more depth or it's more exciting. We're like, look, you talked about snowboard kids and you wanted the music back. That's what made that game good. Yeah. Look, it has all this exciting music and the characters have personality. It's not like, oh, would you like to go down the aisle? Oh, would you like to paraglide? Oh, we have a wingsuit for you.
4 things to do.
4.
This is a Kinect game. This shit. This game better be $40.
Dude, I want that's $15 more than I would want it for. Oh, dude, fucking Ark. When that was an early access game, which that was what? When did it first come out? Was it $30?
Yeah,
$40. That game had much more. You could ride dinosaurs. You could fucking play with your friends. Yeah. You could make a goddamn fort. You could make weapons. You had a jewel on your hand. You're like, you're some goddamn alien dude. Yeah. Shit's just interesting in general.
You feel like playing more when you're finished playing. For this game, when you finish playing, you glide down the hill, you land, and it's just...
And you're done.
And you just fart. Because that's it. And you play a different game.
Just take some melatonin and then just go to... That's going to be everybody's like go to bed game. It's like, oh no, I have ambiance sounds on my fucking alarm clock. Oh no, I just play Steep and then go to sleep.
I put a rubber band around the controller and the stick. So he just goes forward the whole time. Just knock myself out.
I don't care how many trees he hits. It doesn't make any noises anyway because I didn't put that shit into the game.
All right, so later in the day at 6 o'clock on June 13th, Sony Interactive Entertainment hosted a press conference.
Dun, 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 dun.
A maestro walked down the aisle of a bickering, excited crowd as the crowd hushed and they played the first few notes of a score that sounded very similar to something that could have been in Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Everyone was guessing. We saw a child walk into a cabin, looking up to a giant figure, and he stepped out of the shadows. And it was Kratos, and it was good. Holy shit.
Yay.
That was the beginning of the Sony conference.
And yay, it was good. It was the shiznit, and all rejoiced. God of War looked amazing.
It looked damn good.
It is an absolute reboot, and it's not like it's a reboot, but it isn't at the same time. You still have the same. At least, you know, it actually looks like a completely different Kratos from a completely different angle. They're doing the Last of Us or Dead Space angle, kind of the over-the-shoulder third-person action-adventure game sort of thing. And it's so... the music and just, like, it was subtle and, like, there was some good exposition going on between... Like you just understood more about Kratos' character, probably more in that one scene with his son than probably the entire God of War franchise.
Yeah.
Like, they really delved into, like, what his character was going to be.
Probably the most touching thing about Kratos before this, in the last 7 games, is just his skin is the ashes of his slain family by the blood of his own hands, whatever, stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah.
In this one, you just teach him how to hunt. Apparently, you push the square button to make the kid do something. In battle, they're going to be interacting with one another because he's trying to teach his son how to grow up.
Oh, I like that.
He's going to make his son do the puzzles probably, because that's what I would do.
Oh.
But I loved how there was dodge rolling, and then there were action commands, but that was only for like the very end of the fight.
After you've already won, which is like a reward.
It's very tactful battles. You're not just going in bashing brains, yelling, Athena! And shit like that for like no reason.
And it's very insane. And they even talked about it. The cutscenes were just so much more... It was just so much more subtle. Like, there's that scene where you kill... I can't fucking remember his name, but it's... I want to say it's like the God of the Sun. And you literally like just rip his head off, and then he turns into a flashlight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that shit's
like,
just...
oh, Lord. That's amazing.
It's awesome. Trust me. It was epic as shit. But that got... just kind of... It was the same thing that Call of Duty suffered from, where it was like, oh, man, here's this crazy rock music, and boom, explosions and stuff everywhere. And blah. And it was just so over the top, where people like... Dude, I kind of want to, like, get to know this game on a I don't know, a much more mature level. It just feels more mature, and it feels like the development team mature too. They understood what people wanted out of another God of War game. They're like, don't do the same old thing. As much as 3 was cool, we want something less, you know, just mash the buttons until you win, and more planning, more subtlety, more exposition, more feel to what you're doing with it. Because I don't think anybody could ever relate to Kratos, like, off the bat on the first stuff. Nobody could ever relate to that guy. Now he seems more relatable. Seems people more have a purpose to play him.
Yeah, he's a father figure.
Absolutely.
It's something very easy for this generation of gamers who probably grew up playing the earlier games. They probably have kids now, and they're going to introduce their kids to this series.
Oh,
very interesting.
A weird coming-of-age tale.
But I think it's fitting for the era that we're in now, which is more storytelling, because when God of War originally came out, it was PS2. Look at these graphics going against it was the Attitude Era. I'll use the WWF terms, might as well, because that was like 2001 to like 2006.
It sounds like the same time period.
Yeah, early 2000s, just sex, violence, beat the shit out of people.
Damn.
Fucking what's his face? He's in Fight Club.
Oh yeah. Oh, fucking Brad Pitt.
Yeah. It's just that really interesting era, but now it's cooled down. We can finally have writers. I can't remember her last name, Marianne, whatever. And she didn't do a horrible job. It's just that I think she ran with it more in the sequels of her really being a God of War.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now on the Greek side of it, I think there is some more emotion behind it, rather than beating the other gods from what it's worth.
Exactly.
And trying to get to the top, because it kind of that lost meaning. I thought he was trying to. Well, yeah, kill the gods that made him kill his family, but there's only so much you can do with that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's because that's exactly what happened. Is just at first, because it wasn't the first God of War where he was supposed to kill Ares, and then he killed Ares, so he was the God of War. But then he just was like, I'm just gonna kill every other fucking Greek god and just go all the way up to Zeus, who's like my half father.
Yeah, they kept fucking with him for no reason.
They really did.
And then next, I can't remember what they showed exactly after. But do you have it down?
Death Stranding.
You see the fascist Pikachu? What the fuck?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's I'll play that later. We probably wants to play Overwatch. But I want to say it was either Death Stranding or was that when they brought out It was either Final Fantasy or maybe it was Zero Dawn or it was Detroit. I don't remember which one it was. Oh, wait, was it Detroit? It was Detroit after.
Oh, yeah.
It? Yeah.
Detroit's beautiful trailer.
Detroit Become Human. Quantic Dream.
David Cage's third game, I think.
And apparently it's a good one, according to Colin Moriarty.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh. Your boy Colin M. shining out this game real hard, saying that we should keep our eyes open. You perhaps tapped.
Hashtag what?
Your pizza tapped.
Hashtag whatever that was.
In a short way to explain what happened in the trailer, though, Android showed off in the Carrot trailer from like 3 years ago. My God. It was presented with the situation to save a child who was being held hostage by a human. So to speak. And at the end of the day, there was 50 different outcomes for what can happen in that situation. And that looks like what's going to be the way Detroit plays out. Which looks like lots of playthroughs, similar to Heavy Rain, which you had to get like 13 endings or some shit for the platinum.
God.
David Cage, everybody.
Talk about expansive storylines. Holy God.
So expect possibly the same thing. Hopefully not that expansive. But hopefully it makes more sense than Beyond Two Souls.
No, I've never played. I said that game. Well, like, was the story convoluted?
Man, Ellen Page was in it. I didn't play it.
That's cool.
If I didn't hear too much about it, it looks like I didn't reach out to too many people.
Plus, everybody thought Ellen Page was Ellie.
Yeah. Sorry, Ashley.
Yeah. Everyone
thinks you're Ellen.
Dude, that was me included. I was like, oh, I thought Ellen Page was Ellie, and then I was told otherwise. I was like, oh, it looks and sounds exactly like her. Yeah. It was very interesting. But Troy, yeah, it could be a really good game. I'm intrigued to possibly play that game. I saw Until Dawn, and that was maybe one of the first games I ever saw with like that that I saw a full playthrough. I watched Markiplier play it with a bunch of different storylines, kind of like a butterfly effect thing.
Yeah,
and it just, to me, I didn't like it. So I wonder if I'll like it. I'm not doubting Colin at all. I'm just wondering if me personally will like this game. I don't know if this is my kind of game, but we'll see. I'm excited. It looks awesome, and it looks really, really, really sad.
Yeah. It will be. I mean, for God's sakes, you're looking for your kidnapped son, just pushing the button for Jacob. Jacob! And he's in the mall for Heavy Rain, so you gotta cover your own thumb and shit. So I imagine there's gonna be some morbid stuff in this game too, because you're not human. So he's gonna put us through it.
It's gonna have a weird I'm sure there's going to be some weird humanity dynamic too, where like that game they talk about like the Turing test. It's like what is actually human? Sort of thing. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think it'll be a good game.
Then the long-awaited game, The Last Guardian, is finally coming out.
And it's an actual game.
Oh boy!
How long?
Almost a decade, I believe.
Oof.
Yeah, right around the time of Eco and The Big of Us.
The Big of Us.
What is it? What's that big game?
The big old monster bash.
With you fight the Guardians. I mean the Giants.
Shadow Colossus.
There you go.
Yeah. I was just going with the big old bash of beasts.
I wanted to say The Last of Us for some reason.
No, it's definitely not. No,
there's two lion cats. There's two lion cats.
Is one of them bad?
Probably.
Yeah, right. One of them's like you can't control, right?
There's probably more. Who knows?
There's more. Oh, this would be crazy,
Mystery.
Dude.
And unfortunately, that's all we were told about it.
But people did play it. It was a playable game there. So I wonder how they thought about it. And I feel like it's going to be a good game, but we'll see. I think I worry about pretty much any type of art or media that takes 10 years to develop, because you go through so many iterations of like, all right, what do I want to do with this? What do I want to do with that? And then probably constantly going back to the drawing board. Yeah. Like that probably happens so often with something like that.
And then the gear you're using is getting stronger throughout the years you're developing it. And so I had some people worried that Sony's putting the game out on that time date to fail because they don't really care too much. But no, I don't think they would have them continue working on this game and then have them release it if they just want it to be out there just to sell.
When was the release date? Did they mention a release date?
October.
I don't think that's a bad. It's cluttered, right? I'm pretty sure isn't Titanfall and Battlefield coming out and Infinite Warfare. Hold on, so it's cluttered. Yeah. But I want to say October and November are actually good release months, at least this year.
Yeah,
like it'll be okay. I think they'll be just fine.
Especially if it's a game different from a shooter. People want to get their hands on something a little different, or a game that I want to see how they advertise this. I can't wait till August, September-ish. You start seeing billboards. It's like the long-awaited game finally comes out.
From the makers of Shadow of the Colossus and Eco bring you.
And
Rasha
And then all of a sudden, Hideo Kojima walks out on his fucking light up floor like a Billie Jean video.
It was so awesome.
It's ridiculous.
He hit the best opening fucking ever. Oh my lord! And then he said, "I'm back." He literally did the double Michael Jackson, or Michael MJ, double Michael Jackson. Yep, Michael Jackson's white version, Michael Jackson's black version, both came out at once.
Jamon.
What he did, he was just like, "I'm back." I told you it's gonna be a long one. We're still not even on a Nintendo. We might have to get this going pretty quickly because some stuff is a repeat. But dude, Sony has such a good conference.
Yeah,
there's so much shit to go over. But Death Stranding, he said it wants it to be. That was the game. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I spoiled it. He presented Death Stranding. Norman Reedus is back in it. Started off really weird. Mm-hmm. Him kind of woke up on a beach full of dead fish and whales, and then he was like attached to a wire to a baby, and then he picked up the baby, started crying. 5 figures were just kind of over the water. It was cryptic as shit in Kojima fashion, of course.
When things are born, it's attached to the umbilical cord. All life is something attached to the umbilical cord. You still will find out more within it. But of course, the trailer that we all saw was running on an engine. That's not going to be the engine for the game.
Probably not.
They have not chosen an engine for the game yet.
Oh my god! This game's not gonna be out for so long.
Probably not till 2019.
Oh, that makes sense.
So should we just talk about? What else is there for Sony? What else is there for Sony?
Like Days Gone.
Days Gone. Yeah, Days Gone, an amazing game that looks like it's coming out a little too late for the zombie genre. But then again, it's not necessarily a zombie game because those are living creatures. Mm-hmm. They just like to eat people. So we're going to see how it plays out. And fucking Sony Bend, thank you for finally showing a game that we all know you've been fucking working on for almost fucking 2.5 years. Maybe a little longer. So thank you. It's about fucking time.
It looks good.
Jesus, criminy.
It's got you exasperated.
Because it just took forever. I've been hearing so many different outlets talk about an in-house game with Sony Santa Monica, and everyone's like, Sony Santa Monica's working on what the hell's Bend? And finally see what it is.
It looks good, man.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit late for that genre, but I think it's going to maybe not. I wouldn't say redefine it because that's a strong word, but I would say puts an extra twist on it. It's going to be a zombie game. It's going to be shooting all the goddamn zombies, but it's a little bit different, more fast. Looks great. Yeah. Looks epic as hell. I don't know how the hell he killed all those zombies.
I love the scenery also.
It looks awesome.
It's
in the Pacific Northwest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's gonna be beautiful. Lots of trees, yeah.
Trees for everyone.
Water and plants and more trees and more plants and more water.
I don't know if this doesn't necessarily need too much explanation, but the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games are being remastered for the PS4.
Very well done. Nobody's gonna argue with that. I think we literally can just move on from there. Mm. And he's in Skylanders. So
yeah.
That's cool.
And then a new but not yet titled Spider-Man game is on the way from Insomniac Games. We all saw this coming, but everyone had the studio wrong.
Yep.
Especially us.
Yep.
But what do you expect?
It wasn't Sucker Punch.
We got the gaff news.
Yeah. Hey man, I think we talked about this, both studios were just fine. If Sucker Punch did it, cool. If Insomniac Games is doing it, I'm also cool with that.
Yeah.
And apparently that gameplay was in game.
Really?
That was the in game. That was not just cutscenes. So that looked amazing.
With the spider come splotch on his back?
He will. Yeah.
What?
He will come. Oh yeah. No, that's not the right thing.
You said he will.
He will. He'll come on his own back.
I was like, what?
I actually kind of liked the white, but now, damn it. Now it's.
I don't like it on his back. I'm not a fan of it on his back. It just looks weird.
Oh, it's target practice, man. That's the twist. Mary
Harry?
Jane is a dude now.
For Harry?
He's dating Harry instead of fucking Mary Jane. Mary Jane is Green Goblin.
Oh,
that'd be weird.
Well, we talked about this a little earlier, but Resident Evil 7, they just kind of showed the words Resident Evil, and they made the I and the L. The Roman numerals for 7. Just put a little boot at the end of the L.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
It got me. It surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, they did a very good job kind of marketing that, and it looks like they literally refurbished the entire title, and it looks. We played the demo.
Yep.
Go watch that on Bad Inputs. We played the demo. Definitely seems like old school Resident Evil.
Yeah.
If it's more like that, yes, it's more ambiance instead of just straight up. We're gonna chuck a bunch of zombies at you and you shoot them.
That's what made it terrifying.
It's gonna be great, dude. What else we got? Oh, PSVR. I don't know how to feel about that stuff though.
Nothing too new to talk about yet. It feels like Sony held back. Remember they had that article in Forbes. I feel like they might have caught wind of what Microsoft was doing, so they had to say something, and then they held back from showing too much.
Yeah, they didn't show that Neo.
Because all we know for VR is pretty much the same thing we knew a little while ago. In October, we're going to need a few things to buy it with again. But there's going to be a bundle. And hopefully we're going to play Batman Arkham VR, Star Wars Battlefront on it as well.
Apparently, so the Star Wars Battlefront mission is only because it's an X-Wing mission. Apparently, it's only 60 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, that's just a tech demo. Like
I think that's how long the VR game for Arkham is going to be as well. I think any VR game is not going to be anything over 2 hours yet.
I wouldn't even consider that a game then. I just feel like it's such. I don't know, man. I guess there are games that are like an hour, 2 hours. It's not like it's impossible. It's just
because I don't think anything on VR is past 30 minutes.
That's what I'm worried about Fallout 4.
Yeah, because especially in this. So we're gonna see now. We're past the point of making these games that might actually just be tech demos, but are we actually going to be able to, like a lot of people were describing in Batman VR? At 1 minute, you're just walking around the city like normal. All of a sudden, you're in your mansion, putting on your gloves, your utility belt, looking down. You're like ducking under to go to your secret passageway from the Batcave.
It's pretty badass.
So if that's just 60 minutes to. Because I guess how much that's the PlayStation can handle in terms of VR, I think that's probably why they're so short.
That's fine. And they look, from the looks of it, they look amazing. So that's probably what they need to compensate for. They're like, we're going to make this VR demo or VR, whatever the hell you want to call this VR game, look amazing. Yeah, gameplay is going to be short. But if you're not fucking immersed, then you can. We'll give you your fucking money back, guaranteed. Like, that's pretty damn impressive, man. That's VR has a bright future, but I am still skeptical. So I guess that's pretty much all we got for that, right?
Yep.
And then on to my favorite part, Nintendo's swan song.
I was disappeared for this segment. Oh well, man. Okay, Nintendo didn't have a conference. They just had a bunch of people play their game, and then they talked about it, and then they had more people play their game off camera.
Yep.
But what can you tell us about Nintendo Zelda Breath of the Wild?
I mean, it's Breath of the
it is Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the no, yeah, you got it right the first time.
Oh, okay.
I think you're making a Breath of the Wind Waker 2 joke. The game looks great. It honestly, the way they presented it at first was perfect. You kind of just wake up after 100 years of being asleep. I don't want to, but then you're. I was gonna
continue.
I don't know how to recover from that. It was. I'm gonna collect my thoughts here. Started off great, guys. It started off great. You wake up, you just go. Here's a very, very short tutorial that isn't literally a full fucking temple of a tutorial. It's looks beautiful. You come outside in the cave, and it's all bright and shiny. You see the sky, and it's just bright and sunny. The clouds everywhere, and the grass is vast, and there's beautiful music, and you see all these amazing things everywhere. And you go up to an old man, and he's next to a fire, and you're thinking right away, oh man, this guy's gonna give me a sword. And he's gonna say it's dangerous to go alone, bringing it back. They didn't do that, but they did kind of bring it back. It's probably the best presented game of the entire conference, in my opinion. It looked amazing. Literally, like, you could not ask for anything more of a Zelda game. And it's open world, weapon system is durability. There's a full-blown RPG-looking menu screen where you're equipping everything. It's super awesome. You're climbing on stuff. There's a stamina bar, which is kind of, we'll see. I don't know. Some people are not thrilled about it. But this is going to be their last good game.
Oh, I was interested to walk in on.
Yep. This is going to be... I literally... Dude, I painted a beautiful picture for it, but... at the same time, it makes me somewhat sad from all the news that came out on NeoGaf afterwards of Reggie saying it's not about the tech. Ubisoft coming out and saying, they're trying to get the lapsed Wii audience. All these things that are just so disheartening, and it sucks that you hear these things with Breath of the Wild coming out, which I said it's possibly the best game that was shown at an entire E3.
Is that your game of the show?
Absolutely. Because they showed so much. They showed how big the map is, all the things you can do with how different the game is. Then they showed some temples. Then they showed how this amiibo thing worked. They went over everything. Because, if you're going to make a whole goddamn conference, you might as well. You might as well show all of it. But this is a sign, as you have said several times off stream, this is a sign that they don't got fucking shit to show for the NX. They got nothing. Nothing. You should be goddamn worried about that. They're going to make some stupid motion control ass gimmicky unfinished console, and you're going to be like, oh, remember how Breath of the Wild was really good? Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to make us forget. They're trying to make us forget that they're fucking up.
Are they?
I don't know, man.
So I will say this.
But I feel like they are.
I'm going to put it like this.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
It will be the best Zelda game anyone plays for a very long time.
I agree.
I like the fact that they're going back to the very first Zelda game, how it's open world, you can go anywhere you want. Taking with the aspects of any Western RPG you might play, the crafting, weapon durability.
Mm-hmm.
Throw that in with the dev cycle of the Twilight Princess. And that's where we have to halt a little bit. Now that you got to have that, the support group, I guess. I want to call it the buyer's inner circle. Everyone's in on the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you have that buyer's group that is the Wii U, the GameCube. If you're going to develop a game that's coming out around the same time, walk with me now. If you're coming out with a game that you want to come out around the same time as your next console, but you're still focusing on the past, what have you learned? You've learned nothing. You're doing the same thing you did to the Twilight Princess.
Absolutely.
Because now you're trying to make it come out and make it accessible for people that own both instead of making them just buy the NX. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know your plans. There might be. They showed earlier this week that the cartridges might come back, and there's a patent filed for there to be a disc-based version and a cartridge-based version of the Breath of the Wild. Why? So what I will say is that this game will sell gangbusters.
Yes.
What I will not say is that I know the launch lineup for the Nintendo NX. That's coming from this E3. But what I do know is that we do have Pokemon Sun and Moon to look forward to.
That is true.
And Color Splash. Paper Mario. I just made Colin mad again. Well, Monster Hunter Generations. We're hurting. But all in all, because Nintendo didn't really show too much besides of all the Pokemon Sun and Moon trailers we saw before. And Pokemon Go also, that's going to be pretty sick.
Pokemon Go is going to be pretty cool.
That's all for Nintendo. I was very quick to wrap up for Nintendo.
Oh, it really was. But it's so sad. It's bittersweet.
Yeah. The console war is wrapping up all over again. And an extra country called VR is up for grabs.
Absolutely.
And Nintendo is playing the game.
Nintendo's Belgium, dude. They're neutral. They're like, we can't get involved in this war because we get our asses beat.
They're playing the game. They're watching from a distance.
Yeah, those are the people that stay neutral and be like, nah, I don't want to fight. I don't want to get involved because I know my country. I know our army. You guys can handle it. You guys can hold it down for the whole video game industry. Nintendo, where are you at? Reggie, fix this shit.
So you say your game of the year, your game of the show was Zelda. Breath of the Wild?
It is absolutely Zelda, and I say that reluctantly.
I'm gonna have to go with Persona 5. Everyone, that's been. No, I'm gonna have to go with. I don't know. There's so many things that I kind of wanted, and at the same time didn't care too much about. Except what I want. What I want is another goddamn Persona game. So Persona 5 is my game of the show because I'm amazingly excited for it.
Mm-hmm. And man, that's a perfectly good pick. That's what I'm doing. I'm excited for Zelda. I'm probably the most, out of all these games, I'm the most excited for Zelda personally as a Nintendo kid.
They got us. They worked us. It's what the E3 conference is supposed to do.
Yeah,
Get the
absolutely.
marketers on their side and the customers. The customers not like us that know a little too much, the smarks, but the marks out there. They're trying to get to buy your new console. Mm-hmm. But we don't have new releases for the week because this is recorded on a weekend. You should be very thankful that we did this.
This is an hour and a half already. We're not going to extend this shit to 2 hours. No, sirree.
God bless. Where can they find you, CJ?
You can find me on Twitter at theferg91, and you can find me on Twitch CJFerg691.
And I haunt the halls of Twitter on at Tokalurk15.
I honk the halls.
And then on Twitch TV, Tokalurker. Yeah, honk. And you can find all our content at Bad Inputs at YouTube, and on Instagram at Bad Inputs, and on Snapchat at Bad Inputs. Are you playing the game yet? And then on Vine at Bad Inputs. The weekly update. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, no. I was like, we have a schedule, but nah, I'm not trying to show you all a schedule.
Honk the halls with hounds of holly.
All right, later, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Fucking E3 is over. It's officially over.
The nightmare's over. It's done. 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 Nightmare's over. It's done.